reply on the exact one I'm looking for you to bring next Tuesday. So let me go into week 9 real quick to show you in the panoramic lab. Tonight we're going to go over panoramic a little bit, but mainly date related stuff from now to the end of the semester. Create Pano Thursday. Email your Pano to the email address here I have on Thursday when we're done. Next Tuesday you'll be doing a lab or initial mounting of the panoramic. I lost the Michael's link. Hang on just a second. Let's go there. I lost my Michael's link. Here we go. I want that. Give me a second. I'll bring it up there on the overhead again. And I want to go over some date-related stuff from now to the end of the semester, since it's week 9, creeping up toward the end of the semester, and some end date stuff and what we'll be doing. Okay. And it's going to be for Tuesday. All right, there we go. So tonight we're going to go over some, basically some dates, things related to the end of the semester coming up, and talk about your final and all that good stuff. We have a lot of stuff to do between now and the end of the semester. And emailing on Thursday your panoramic assignment. It will be 11 by 17 when we do the cropping of it at the end of it. And you'll be emailing that to the ChewCon plus Pano12 at Folky.com at the end of the session Thursday. We will be meeting in here on Thursday. Next Tuesday, I need you to bring 11 by 14 black mat board. There's pre-cut ones at Michael's, and they're $4.99. Okay? If you go to the back of the store and ask for a pre-cut mat board, they look like this. I have a link in week 9, and you want 11 by 14, and you need to be black. Okay? All right. Questions on that?
So you want the frame, not a solid mat board?
They're called mat boards. They're called pre-cut mat boards, and black. They look just like that. So if you click on the link, it comes right up just like mine. And so if you click on the link here, this is what I want you to look for. It has the hole cut out already for you, and it's black. 11 by 14. Okay? Questions on that? That's due Tuesday of next week. So now let's go over some date-related stuff. We are in week 9. This week is panoramic. Next week is week 10. And some of you are asking this, is why I'm going over it. There's not a lot of milestones. In fact, there's no milestones here after what? What is it? Week 11 or 12 or something like that? Yeah, week 11, because a lot of the stuff is graded manually afterwards. We do have a lot more things to cover besides what's in your milestones, so that's why I want to cover this. A milestone in Eagle is just a checkbox that's automatically graded and checked, and so we don't have anything after week 11, because you guys have a portrait studio after week 11. You've got a lighting studio after week 11. You have your final project due after week 11. Okay, so I want to kind of go over past this week what's coming up, if that's okay, and make sure everybody understands where you're going, where we're at, and where we're going. We're on week 9. We're doing panoramic. We'll finish up panoramic next Tuesday when you come to class. The first 10-15 minutes we'll mount the 11 by 17 handout. I'm going to print those out actually and bring them next Tuesday. You guys will mount them to the black mat board. I'll bring in some 3M spray glue and show you how to do that, to where you'll learn how to mount your own photos using mat board. Also next week we'll be doing your macro assignment. You'll be doing macro photography assignment next week. That's week 10. Week 11, you're going to go into the layout and design. Layout and design is basically creating a poster in week 11. And week 11 also be introducing the final project. in week 11. Okay, we go over some of the prior final projects. You're going to choose a profession starting in week 11 using the final handout and submit below that final profession. Let me go ahead and show you what it looks like. You don't need to go there. I'll go ahead and open it up here. The final.pdf. This first part here goes over the professions that you'll be choosing from in photography. So you're going to choose one of these in week 11 to do your final portfolio in. Photojournalist, sports, nature, retail, forensic, commercial, entertainment, fashion, or art. So in week 11, you're going to choose one of these. I'll have all the portfolios up here that we have downstairs. I'll have them up on the table week 11 for you to look through. We have about 50 of them down there you can choose from to look at what students have done in the past. So that's week 11. Week 12, you're going to be discussing portrait on Tuesday that week, doing a portrait count on Thursday and the lighting lab on Thursday. The portrait count is because on week 13 you're going to be inviting folks to do a portrait studio. So week 12 I need a portrait count of how many people are coming. The folder's already in there. How many pets are you bringing? We always have 2 or 3 students that bring pets to the portrait studio. We will be meeting downstairs in one of the rooms to do portrait studio on week 13. So week 12 is totally dedicated to learning about portrait studio photography, lighting. I'll be bringing my lights in. We'll be meeting in another room to do lighting photography on week 12. You'll bring your camera. If you have a tripod, you can bring it that week. I'll have 4 or 5 tripods in here with 2 lights. Also have a model in here to be taking their photo on that night or that week, that Thursday. And so lighting photography and portrait on that week, week 12. So be thinking of folks that you want to invite. It's going to be creeping up pretty quick, week 13, on people that you want to invite to the portrait studio. Week 13, that Tuesday, we'll be doing the photo shoot downstairs in one of the open rooms, usually 141, 142. We have 2 separate rooms, one for each. And you'll be taking 3 to 5 photos per session. So say we have 12 people coming in to get photos, you'll be taking 3 to 5 per session of those folks that are coming in. And then you'll also be choosing out of the photo session that you took personally 5 images. You'll be choosing 5 images from the photo set that you chose and doing some manipulation like red eye, blemishes, adding icons, name, number of websites you can use, one of them being Pixlr that we've used already. But PhotoFlexor is another one, Sumo Paint's another one, and PhotoUP.pho.to is another one. You'll create an email. I already got our portrait already created, our folder already created on Foki for that. And that's week 13. You'll be doing the portrait studio stuff the entire week. On Thursday of week 13, you will be doing final presentation work. Now, I already told somebody earlier, you can come to class that night or work on it your own outside of class, gathering photos or taking photos. For the final project, you do not have to take all the photos from scratch. You can use your own library you already have to collect photos for that final project. And then I also have, starting in week 13, a final help folder that's in there already. Most of you will be creating yours using Picasa, creating DVD with Picasa. But if you want to use one using iDVD, because the portrait final, or the final comprises of your, let me open that up here. The final is comprised of the photos you take, which are generally 30 to 50 photos students usually take for the final project. So you choose and prepare them. You bring them into a DVD creation software like Picasa has one, also iDVD we have downstairs we can use. You'll add music to the background. So the final presentation you guys will be turning in on week 15 that we'll be getting at in a second will have a presentation using iPhoto or PowerPoint or iDVD, minimum of 15 images, music in the background, and a DVD. It'll actually be able to play on a DVD desktop at home. Okay? A portfolio binder, which will have a 1/2-inch binder, minimum 5 8x10 images and protective sheets, cover page, simple resume, and a contact sheet of all your images. Yes?
I have a question. So when you pick the job that you want as a photographer, let's say pick fashion,
Mhm.
my 15 photos, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be like a fashion.
Yeah, exactly.
showing. Okay.
Yep, exactly.
Everything that would need to be in there would be fashion related.
Right. And before you guys leave tonight, if you want, you know where we used to meet, I'll bring them up here, but I still have the portfolios down there in that lab. There's like 20 of them down there you can look at of all the portfolios students have done the last couple semesters that left them behind for me to use and to show you guys. But you can look at what they've done, basically. I mean, the ones that are down there are really good. They give exactly what I'm wanting, which is resume, your photos, and a DVD. Done. Okay? During the present...
Those babies up here.
Do what now?
Bring those babies up
Yeah, I'll bring those babies up here, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I've been doing. I will need to bring those up here, though. But if you guys want to look at them before you leave, you can go down there. I will bring them up here, though. But you're basically going to be doing a portfolio and a DVD for your final presentation. Okay? Week 14, you'll be basically meeting that Tuesday. We don't technically need to meet here if you don't need to, but Thursday of that week we will need to on that Thursday week 14, because I need to come around and make sure everybody has everything together. You've got your DVD completed, you've got your portfolio completed, and so I break down exactly what you need for the final presentation on week 15. It says there everyone will be presenting the final presentation in the last class session. You do not have to come to class to work on the final if you have the tools at home. Final presentation consists of a hard copy portfolio, 75 points. I even have in here the cover page, what you need for that, your resume, a link to a resume builder, 5 8x10 photos on a plastic cover, thumbnails of all your photos. So say you took 30 photos, you're only going to print out 5 to 8 of those in a plastic cover, but all 30 are going to be in a thumbnail, okay? The DVD will also be 75 points. You can create it using iPhoto iDVD or Picasa. I do have handouts in week 13 or 14 I put in here showing you how to do both, whether you use iDVD or Picasa. We will be creating a podcast. I do have a podcast on creating a DVD right here. You can click on that and it'll go take you to that YouTube video. It's already there. The DVD must have a menu, which iDVD creates for you, and so does Picasa. It has to have a music background. You can use your own music. How many photos do you need? Students usually average 30 to 50 photos for the final project, okay? You want to test the DVD before the final class, which is week 15, Tuesday and Thursday, using the Macs in the class, or in this case, in fact, we'll be presenting using the Macs downstairs the final week. And then I will bring DVDs to class before the presentation. In fact, I'll actually have DVDs in here starting week 12 for everybody. Then finally, week 15, the final session. Tuesday and Thursday both will be presenting your presentations. Each student is going to present the DVD on the overhead projector. Each student will turn in a hard copy portfolio. You can pick up your portfolio afterwards in the CIS office. I'll give you the date when that afterwards is. I usually give about a week for me to grade them all, and then you guys can pick them up. If you don't want to pick them up, just leave them here and I'll use them for the next semesters. So everyone will be presenting. Again, I just go over everything I already went over already, again here on week 15. I will be bringing pizza on the final session that Thursday, because generally we do 5 or 6 on Tuesday, and then the remainder on Thursday I'm presenting. And then that final Thursday of class, week 15, I'll bring pizza and let you guys bring other stuff like pop and chips and dessert or whatever. Okay? So that's a snapshot from here to the end of the semester, from week 9 to, we are presently on week 9, through week 15. Any questions? And I videotaped everything I just said, so you can watch it over again 5,000 times, which it looks like most of you are going to have to because they're not here. Which didn't I tell her? I said we're having class tonight, didn't I?
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't. I thought I did. I thought we said we're meeting here Tuesday, but whatever. So panel, I know what I think of what it was. I told everybody. I said you have till Thursday of this week to do your panoramic assignment, didn't I? Did I not say that?
You said it's due on Thursday, yeah.
I said I give you guys till next Thursday to do it, so
Thursday, yeah.
maybe some thought, no class on Tuesday then. Whatever.
But in the past, you said there was always a class on Tuesday.
I did say that, yes, thank
You
you.
didn't send an email out.
And I didn't send an email out, thank you. Oh, well,
We're not
whatever.
ready to give them a break.
Well, the good thing is for them is we have no new content tonight because we're literally talking about dates and Pano stuff, and that's it anyway. So this night's usually devoted to help you with your panoramic assignment if you need any help. So let me just ask that now. How are you guys doing with your panoramic assignment? Any help? Fair? Have you taken it yet? Have you done it? Is it done?
But it was too early, I think.
Okay. So you still got one more day. Okay.
Yeah,
It's too dark right
But
now.
it hasn't booked.
I know it hasn't. I'm trying to think.
I was planning on doing it over the weekend.
I have no clue what the weather's going to be like tomorrow. Anybody know what the weather's going to be like tomorrow? Heard?
No, it's
Supposed to rain?
At 7 o'clock tonight, and then it's gonna be dry the rest of the time.
Dry the rest of the time. Well, there you go. So maybe tomorrow will be a good time.
I do have a question.
Yes.
The pictures on the board, you drew them up and down, so that's how I was taking the pictures. Are we supposed to take them vertical or horizontal?
You mean from left to right is generally how you're going to take it.
Yeah, okay, but.
Is that right?
You drew them on. Oh,
I just overlap them.
landscape.
I'm overlapping them. So if you're doing a landscape panoramic, right? If you're doing a landscape panoramic, say this is your first picture, the second picture will start right here. You know what I'm saying? You want to overlap about,
Or like this.
depending on your panoramic. You can have a vertical panoramic, remember? Most of your panoramics are horizontal, but you guys can do a vertical one, like of a building or something, if you wanted to. I have had students do that. But majority of panoramics you'll see are horizontal in nature. Not to say you couldn't do a vertical one. Is anybody planning on doing a vertical panoramic? No? Okay.
I don't know, but that'd be cool. I'm really-
Yeah, I mean, I've had students do they did one of the, well, I can't remember the name of the building. It's the tallest building downtown Rockford, whatever that is. I don't know, the Lutheran Center, I think it is, maybe? I don't know, maybe. Is that right? Right there on the water, right there next to the bridge? Is it the Lutheran Retirement Center? The Luther Center?
Yeah, but there's a taller high-rise that could,
There is one, a taller. Okay, so whatever the tallest one is the one they did. And so, and it was pretty good. They were literally right next to the building and started at the bottom of the sidewalk and kind of went up like this type of thing, which looked kind of cool. Yeah. And you can stitch it together like that. Yeah.
Well, what I did was, I like this as opposed to like this.
Yeah, if you're taking a horizontal, you want the camera to be horizontal, not vertical. Does that make sense? So you'll need to take that again. Okay. You will need to take that again. Yes.
have you heard much about this new iPhone that
Oh, yeah, definitely I have. Yeah. Takes a panoramic shot. You can start from left to right, and it'll take the entire one. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it is pretty cool. Oh, yeah, they do. And not most, a lot of your cameras, anybody have a pano setting on your camera? A panoramic setting on your camera to where it takes panoramic? You do, okay. Because she was talking about the new iPhone, how it has the software base where you can start at the left and go all the way to the right. Have you seen the commercial for it where it gives you that panoramic photo? But I think I've told you guys, I don't like them, the software-based ones. I like to do it the old-fashioned way. So it just seems to come out, it might not come out better, but you feel more satisfied knowing you did it all yourself, if that makes sense. Okay? So I like doing it the old-fashioned way still, but it's really not old-fashioned because used to, when I first started taking photos, you would literally, to do panoramic, you'd have to take and stitch together the negatives before you took them and had them published in a darkroom. And I had my own darkroom, and so you had to take the negatives and you had to splice the negatives together before you went and published them on paper. So that was the old-fashioned way. Now we get to use software like Photoshop to do it a lot easier. Okay, and so, But no, it is cool seeing those 8 images you have. How many did you take in the one? I know you're going to take yours over again, but how many did you take succession-wise?
Well, for some of them I took 8, but one place where I was like, I took it several times and I couldn't get more than 7.
And that's fine. And I think I told you guys 6 to 8 is the average you'll get. And so, how many? 7, okay. And that's normal. But when you bring it into the software, the Stitch software, what's cool about it is you'll see it kind of do this type of thing as it's bringing them in. And what it's doing is it's seeing the pixels on your picture and lining them up side by side. And if it's a wide enough panoramic, I don't know if I told you guys this last week, you can actually start seeing the curvature of the Earth in the panoramic itself. You'll see the curvature of the sky, in the actual panoramic, which is pretty cool. Yeah.
I did, a river, but I don't know if I was too close to it. It only took me like 4 or 5 shots to get from.
Well, yeah, it depends on the width of your panoramic. It might only take 4 or 5.
Okay, and then it curved the river a real strange way, so I'm assuming I have to do some kind of adjustment.
No, you won't. No, the software will adjust everything for you. It will. If there's natural curve, a lot of times you'll get curves too. If you are close to a subject and you try to do one of these, say if you do one of these things here, you notice what I just did? It's basically almost like a 180 photo. Now that one you will get what's that fisheye effect kind of thing, kind of a rounding of the photos. But it actually looks pretty cool. The fisheye effect actually looks pretty cool, I think. So, any other help you guys need on the panoramics for Thursday?
Will it adjust it if it's not level?
Oh, definitely, yeah. We'll do any manipulation needed to on lighting or levels or whatever on Thursday when you bring them in. Just make sure bring them out.
Level in terms of, the ground I was taking wasn't real level.
Doesn't matter. Just as long as you're level, your camera's level as you're taking the photos. That's all you need to be concerned with. Is that the camera's level, as far as your ground that you're on, doesn't really matter. Just make sure.
Make sure we keep the camera on.
Yeah, that's why, they recommend a tripod, but I have taken multiple panoramics without a tripod. Just keep your hands steady and the camera at the same level as you're going from left to right. That way it might be, well, it is easier to use a tripod because of
Well, I was
that.
gonna say, when you have the tripod, you just move it, then the tripod itself moves? Because I never
No.
used mine, I have one.
You literally just okay, so here's the view of my camera. It's just turning the camera
Oh, okay.
left to right. It's staying in the same position.
Used it, so
Yeah, it's staying in the same pivot position, and you're just turning the camera from left to right.
I'll try it.
Yeah, if you already have a tripod, I'd recommend using that first. If you don't have a tripod, you can do it just standing still. If you have something to lean against, that's good, like a tree or something, to kind of lean against while you're doing it. That's a good idea. But make sure on Thursday you do bring the panoramics on a USB thumb drive, if you would. It'll make it quicker when we do the lab, especially if you have 2 or 3 sets you're dealing with and you don't decide yet which one you're going to use, okay? So, any questions on the panoramic? Okay, that's all I wanted to go over tonight, actually, and the dates of everything through the end of the semester. It's on a podcast, by the way. I went over all the dates at the end of the semester. And so that's all I got for tonight. If you need any help, come and see me. Otherwise, see you Thursday, and be ready to do a panoramic lab. Yeah, we're bringing that actually next Tuesday, but keep it.
Is this the right sign?
That is the right side, 11 by 14.
But next Tuesday we need that.
Here you go. She already brought one.
Oh, there we go, look at it.
Yes. If you guys want to see what you're supposed to bring Tuesday, that's what it is right here.
There we go.
There it is. All right, I'll just leave it right up here. And I will bring the portfolios here up by Thursday for you guys.
Great, yeah.
I'll do that.
See that.
Did you get like this?
Yes, I did.
We
Yep.
finally figured out what the last problem was,
What was it?
the Internet Explorer.
Oh, instead of using Firefox, use Internet Explorer?
Well, I was using between them.
Oh.
My Internet Explorer had an error, and was apparently affecting both Firefox and Internet Explorer with my email.
Bye, guys.
See ya. See you later. So by using Firefox, that helped then?
No, by getting rid of Internet Explorer.
Oh, by getting rid of Internet Explorer.